4 skill sets that will change your life. Let's dive straight into it. Number 1, practicing your communication skills. If you can become a master communicator, every aspect of your life will improve. People gravitate towards you when you know how to use your words correctly and in a manner that just draws people in. Human beings gravitate to other human beings who can communicate very well. It's how people vote for presidents. If a president can communicate his vision to the people will buy into it. If the president is poor at communicating to the people, he won't have as much of a following. It's why we like certain YouTubers, because of the way they communicate. We enjoy listening to them or watching them communicate. Because remember, communication is both verbal and non-verbal. It's also how you use your body. People that are confident open themselves up. They're usually laid back on the couch with their arm resting on the couch as they're speaking. You know, they're occupying space. If they're on stage, they're walking around the stage. They're not just standing in the corner, looking down. No, they're opening themselves up. They're walking around. They're looking at the audience. Sometimes they single on a particular person, so that person feels connected to the speaker. I mean, all of these things are done in such a way to get a response. Excellent communication skills will serve you in relationships because the woman that you're with will understand you better. There won't be as many arguments because you know how to deliver your point across in a way that resonates. You can make her feel safe in your presence because you articulate yourself well. It's a sign of intelligence. If you can communicate very well, you come across as more intelligent. If you're using the same words and filler words, it does make you look less intelligent. I'm just going to keep it real. Filler words will make you look less intelligent. You know what you should do instead of and ahhing? Be comfortable with silence. Think about what you're going to say next and then say it. What's the rush? Now, I'm not telling you to stay quiet for 5 minutes, but if you can think about the next word for a few seconds before you begin speaking. First of all, it doesn't just make you look more intelligent, but it also helps you deliver a better point. Because most people, they speak first and then they think after. When you pause, you allow your mind to catch up with your words, with your tongue. So then when you think about the appropriate response and then you speak about it, then people are like, oh, he's actually thought about that response. And you feel better about what you've said. If you just speak, verbal diarrhea, most of the time you'll end up saying things that you probably shouldn't have said, or things that were just unnecessary to say or not important. So staying quiet for a few seconds and then making your point will help you. It will help you in interviews. It will help you in sales. And one way to improve your communication skills is to get into sales. Because when you're a salesperson on the phone, you're speaking all the time. Over 50, 100, 200 calls a day. And the more you practice your communication skills, the better of a communicator you will be. But if you don't communicate frequently enough, you will not improve. It's the same thing as going to the gym. It's exactly the same thing. Repetition is everything. I said this the other day on a video that I made. If I don't communicate in front of people for a while in terms of a public speaking event, or if I don't make a video in a long time, when I come back to do it, I'm a little bit rusty. I'm not the same. Things aren't flowing as nice. And I've noticed how communicating effectively has served me in life. It's allowed me to get higher paying jobs than I would have done if I hadn't practiced. People call me the smooth operator for a reason, right? But you get the point here, guys. Okay, improve your communication skills. The next skill to improve upon that will change your life is self-awareness. Self-awareness is a skill. Being aware of your limitations, being aware of where you're at and what you can do to improve will make you a dangerously productive human being. Most people wake up and just go to work and come back home and they're unaware of who they are. They don't take a minute to sit down and just think about who they are as a person. And not just think, most people don't sit down and write. The reason why I believe in journaling is because it takes the clutter away from your mind and puts it on a piece of paper. You see it in your own handwriting. Smartphones don't have the same impact. When you're on a smartphone and you're texting away in your notes app, you're typing away in your notes app, it's not the same. It's not in your own handwriting. Plus, there's so many other distractions that may come up on your phone, a notification or something. But when you put the phone away and you get a journal, a physical book out, and you write in it, and you just write how you feel about your current progress. I mean, this is the exercise I want you to take away from this video. After this video, just sit down and grab yourself a piece of paper and just write on that piece of paper how you feel your life is going right now. And be honest. No bullshit. There's no need to lie to yourself. You're by yourself. Write down exactly how well you think you're doing and why you're not doing better than you should be, for example, right? Just write it down. The point here isn't to come to a conclusion. It's just to list how you're feeling about your current progress, because when you do that, you might notice a few patterns. Oh, it's because of this. And then after a while, you start connecting the dots and you realize, okay, I need to make some changes. Because if I continue this way, I'll continue to get the same results. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. So journaling helps you identify the errors in your ways and make adjustments to ensure that in the next 5 years, things are different. The scary thing is, for most people, the next 5 years will look exactly the same as the last 5. And that's a scary thought. The next skill that will change your life is practicing gratitude and affirmations. This is something that if you would have asked me about this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I would have just told you, oh, that's all corny, fluffy stuff. Oh, affirmations. Oh, I feel great about myself. I would have laughed at you and told you this is bullshit. But then back then I was negative, and my negative thoughts were dominating my actions. And my identity wasn't that of a person who was proud of himself. I was my biggest hater back then. I was standing in my own way because of how I viewed life and the negative thoughts that I allowed to dominate me. And what practicing gratitude does is, first of all, it reminds you that things aren't as bad as you think they are. Because we always paint a worse picture in our mind. Oh God, my life is terrible. This is going wrong. That's going wrong. The issue isn't that you have all these horrible things going on. It's the fact that you're giving those circumstances power over you. Start listing out the things that are going well. And for each and every single one of you, it should start with health. If you're blessed to have good health, I mean, that is the ultimate blessing. There are people out there with a lot of money that would pay absolutely everything they've got, or give you everything they've got financially, just to have your healthy body and be able to run outside and just experience life without any physical limitations. So that in itself is an enormous blessing that we take for granted. And then there's other things like your car. You know, you might be complaining about your car and there's a piece of shit or whatever. But is it really? I mean, it keeps you warm. It gets you from A to B. It may not be the car of your dream, but it's doing a good job for you right now. And it's enabling you to get to positions where you can make money. There are many, many other things. Great friends, family. And then affirmations are powerful because they help you to slowly adjust your perception, your self-perception. Because most of us right now, we do read out affirmations about ourselves, but the majority of us read out negative affirmations about ourselves. We say things like, why am I always broke? Why do bad things always happen to me? Why do girls not like me? We say all these things. And how do those statements make you feel? Do they make you feel empowered? Do they make you feel better about yourself? Or do they cripple you and make you close up and move away and retreat? Right? So instead of speaking negativity and destruction, speak positivity. Speak uplifting words to yourself. It's not about lying to yourself. That's not what this exercise is about. It's about making sure that you are your biggest ally, not your biggest hater. I believe in me. I believe that I deserve a great life, so I'm not going to get in my own way. I'm not going to start reading out reasons as to why I'm not doing well and all those things. No. I'm going to say empowering things to myself because I support me. I want me to do well. So I will no longer stand in the way of me. I will no longer stand in my own way going forward. So look, when you get a negative thought, which you will, it's fine. It's fine to get a negative thought. Just don't speak it out loud. You're giving it power this way. It's like you're handing someone, a criminal, you're handing a criminal a weapon to use against you. It's a stupid move. So look, let those negative thoughts bounce around in your head and they will sure enough disappear. And then empowering thoughts will come into your head and speak those empowering thoughts out loud. Say, I am happy and grateful for being such a great speaker, for being excellent at sales, for being a commanding figure who people gravitate towards, for being somebody that my friends trust and confide in. Say those things. I have an enormous talent for art and making music. Okay, a lot of you guys thought, huh? Enormous what? So you get the point here, okay? The next skill to practice is sexual discipline. Because not being sexually disciplined will have severe consequences. And I've spoken about this countless times. If you let your desires run you, they will run you to the ground. And it will impact every aspect of your life. It really will. Learn to harness your sexual energy and direct it towards an endeavor that will help you in the future. There's nothing wrong with having sex, nothing at all. But how do you harness that energy? Do you harness it by, or how do you release that energy? Do you release it by busting nuts all over yourself and by watching pornography? Or do you burn that energy through consistent physical exercise and through working on something that will take a lot of you? Maybe it's a creative endeavor that will require all the energy that you've got. And as I mentioned, the issue isn't sex. It's your lack of discipline. So if you harness that energy, it will provide you with enormous rewards. And if you want to have sex, well, you can. In a healthy way. And I've said this in a relationship with a married relationship, right? I don't believe in hookup culture either. It's another form of masturbation. You're using somebody else's body to make you feel good for a brief moment, and then that's it. The show goes on. You're on to the next and next and next. There's no depth in that. There's no connection. It's a never-ending cycle of maybe this person will make me feel a little bit better. You know, some people do it all the time. They have no issues getting really intimate with someone and then never seeing them again. I mean, that I can't really comprehend. You know, I'm the kind of person that prefers a deeper connection with somebody. Someone that I know closely for me to get physical with like that. Because people that you sleep with have an effect on you. There's a certain energy that rubs off on you. If you're sleeping with people that have so many demons and problems, it's going to impact you. I mean, there's a certain phrase for it. What is it? I can't think of it right now. I can't think of it. Essentially, it's a phrase that describes how each person that you hook up with will make you feel a certain kind of way. You take some of their energy with you. And if you're sleeping with a bunch of low caliber individuals, it puts you in that same bracket. And you hold on to some of their energy. Right? And it will still leave you with a void internally. So harness your sexual energy and use it to create something meaningful in life. And eventually, when you get into a relationship with a woman that you find very beautiful, it will create more than just something beautiful. It will create another life. A child of your very own. Okay? Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, comment, let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.